Alright, Peter Pan. What is there to say about this movie that hasn't been said? This is another solid Disney movie. What I really like about it is that it does have, kind of its own unique charm that the other movies don't quite have. It's like a charming little adventure movie. It doesn't have, those cliched fairy tale story elements. I don't know, it just feels like its own unique thing. And yeah, it's a very satisfying little adventure, and there's a nice little commentary on growing up, being young while you still can, but still growing up. Yeah, this is another really good Disney movie. So, yeah, we have Peter Pan, this cocky young whippersnapper, if you will. So, one thing I found out is that he's voiced by the same kid who played the main kid in Song of the South. He also made that brief little appearance in, which one was it? Melody Time. So yeah. He always plays kind of this rather selfish little brat, but it kind of works here because it's kind of part of, his character arc. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Peter's selfish stuff is kind of from not knowing any better, because, you might say something rather insensitive at times, like, for instance, when Wendy is, running her mouth so much, she just says, "Girls talk too much." And it manages to be a funny joke. It is, does have a sexist overtone to it, but I think it's a unique little character, a little character moment, because he's he hasn't been around any girls as far as I know, and he spends his life on an island with a bunch of other boys, and he doesn't know any better. Wendy is a likable, female lead. One thing I forgot to mention in my Alice in Wonderland review is, it's the same girl who played Alice, is now playing Wendy. But one thing I forgot to mention in my review for Alice in Wonderland is Alice is a very unique protagonist with her own somewhat quirky, but also rather what's the word? She's kind of a foil to all the residents of Wonderland, and she still had a bunch of quirky moments. Wendy has kind of a similar charm. She's not quite as interesting as Alice was, but I still really like the girl's performance as her. Very talented actress. John and Michael they're just plain old kids. Michael's a cutesy little toddler kid. Tinkerbell is a fun character, even if she is rather jail-baity, if you will. There's a lot of jokes with her butt. You see quite a few panty shots from her. I do wonder if they were trying to, titillate children or something. Oh, check out the sexy fairy. I do like Tinkerbell. Not in that way, though. No. Just kidding. But anyway, and then we have the Lost Boys, who are fun. They're not very distinct, but they're fun. But obviously, the character that steals the whole show is Captain Hook. He's like, yeah, he's like, got a very similar charm as the Queen of Hearts did. The only difference is you see more of him. You know, there's plenty of funny moments with him, and Smee makes a good, foil to him. One thing I noticed is like, so Smee is voiced by the same, or he's obviously voiced by the same guy who voiced the White Rabbit. Both characters are kind of similar in a way. They're short, white-haired guys. Yeah, stubby. And yeah, clumsy and kind of wimpy. But yeah, Smee seemed to kind of go in and out with his accent at times. Or maybe it's just that I didn't always notice when he did the Cockney accent. I don't know. So I always pictured him just sounding exactly like the White Rabbit. But I don't know. I don't really have any sure evidence that he his accent goes out at any point, but it does seem to go out at times. I don't know. Or mostly I just notice when he actually does the accent, or when it's really noticeable. But yeah, back to Captain Hook. He's just one of the greats in the Disney Rogues Gallery. And of course we have his fear of that crocodile who ate one of his hands and swallowed an alarm clock. A lot of great slapstick with him and the crocodile. Yeah, one of the most interesting things about this villain is how, despite being threatening, at the same time you also see a lot of suffering from him. He's like a Looney Tunes villain or something. You take joy watching him suffer. But still he manages to, he's no pushover. He's, he can get pretty dirty when he wants to, like when he, tries to blow up Peter Pan with a bomb. And then, when he and Peter are kind of sword fighting mano a mano, where Peter's not using his flying powers, Hook does kind of get the upper hand on him, or upper hook. But yeah, Captain Hook just steals the whole movie. Obviously not everything about this movie holds up perfectly. The engine scenes are a little uncomfortable to watch nowadays. The song of theirs, "What Makes the Red Man Red," it's fun, but at the same time, it's a little insensitive. And then that's not the only thing that doesn't hold up so well. You notice how every girl in this movie seems to be a kind of a selfish, she's basically, they all want a piece of the pan, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Tinkerbell gets all jealous when she sees him interacting with Wendy, and then, these mermaids also get jealous of Wendy, and then when Wendy sees him dancing with Tiger Lily, she gets jealous. And I think the one with Wendy, the part with Wendy is kind of what bugs me the most, because, sure, maybe I understand if she was she had a crush on him or something, but he never established any feelings for her, so it's she's getting an attitude with him over, like, you know, they never established any kind of relationship, so it seems kind of selfish of her. And yeah, I mean, at least Peter's selfish moments, he, at least it's not portraying him as, like, perfectly okay. He does go through a character arc, and he kind of learns to, appreciate everyone, including Tinkerbell, like when she tries to sacrifice herself to save him, and yeah, but yeah, they never really call out Wendy for getting an attitude, just for seeing him dance with Tiger Lily. So yeah, there's a bit of there's some unfortunate implications with the female characters, how they, they're all getting jealous of each other. But this is still a very fun little adventure movie. And yeah, I like the commentary as well. Is there anything else I should be talking about? Because, I mean, it's a pretty iconic one, but I think I've covered all the important stuff. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie to any Disney fan who somehow has never seen this movie. I guess there might be some people who haven't, but yeah, I definitely recommend it. So yeah, I think an 8 out of 10 is appropriate enough for this one. So yeah, I guess that's about all there is to be said. Mash it and smash it, signing off.